In the opening moments of Silksong, we see a Silkfly release Hornet from her prison. It's a beautiful moment, but it turns out the origin of these creatures is some of the most disturbing lore in the game. Spoiler warning, this is the lore of the White Ward and the Silk Siphon. So the White Ward is an area of the Citadel devoted to medical experiments on the properties of silk. The Citadel was obsessed with these experiments because they want to extend the lifespan of their subjects. Of course, they're not gifting immortality just to be generous. As we've seen from the underworks, these devotees eventually become laborers. Although it's not exactly physical immortality, this dream of eternal servitude was made a reality by this machine called the Silk Siphon. Elderly or sick bugs would be placed in this machine and their soul would be ripped out and turned into a Silkfly. Take a look at those cages for Silkflies at the base of the machine. We find a choral commandment nearby that has a decree from the Citadel describing this procedure. Quote, "Bug of voice grown hoarse or shell fallen frail, you have been selected for duty most sacred. Become our light, our guide in the darkness, that others worthy may climb to join the holy song." So in some cases, these Silkflies would literally be lights to help other pilgrims reach the Citadel. But there's actually a second use for them. Take a look at what happens when you defeat one of the mechanical creatures found throughout Farloom. A single Silkfly escapes from the mechanical body. You see, these machines need a soul in order to work. In fact, in the journal entry for the Cogwort Choir Bug, Hornet writes, "Its core is filled with fine mechanisms, but that alone should not produce such a convincing mimic of life. Silk must also be used to animate this artifice." And if you're not convinced yet, take a look at what happens when you beat the fourth chorus. Hundreds of Silkflies escape from this thing's head. A whole chorus of pilgrims was needed to power this huge machine. Follow for more Silksong lore.